Oh yeah, is it Thursday already? Finally, we got a new trailer for Star Wars content. Rebuild the Galaxy Season Two's trailer just dropped a couple hours ago. We're going to break it down live. We got Darth Revan, we got Cal Kestis back, and we got, of course, Jackson. Okay, but also the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer is coming very, very soon as D23 ends off our month on August 29th and 30th. And John Boyega is talking about what he wanted to happen in the sequel trilogy, and it might just be the greatest thing ever. Okay, but without further ado, let's dive into all of it. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing on this fine Thursday afternoon? Finally, a new trailer for Star Wars. It seems like it's been years since we got a trailer for something Star Wars related. But Rebuild the Galaxy Season 2 comes out in only a couple weeks. It's about a month from today, right? It's September 16th, I believe. So yeah, about a month from today. So 4 weeks from now. 4 weeks from now, we got the next Star Wars project, and we finally have a trailer. But this might be the month of trailers, because August could give us a lot of different trailers. I'll put it that way. So let's start the stream off right. Let's say hi to everybody in the chat, shall we? Shall we? Starting off with a super chat. I appreciate that. I'll get to that in 1 second. But WV Grad, what is up? I Haja in the house. Genie from Tahini, what is up? That guy B in the building. Another Mike who loves Star Wars, what is up? Kit Fisto, how we doing? Jan, what is up? Melissa, how we doing? Brandon Baker in the house. 50 Thunder, what is up? Thick Hone, how we doing? 730 Evie, what is up? Darth Plagueis Lives, how we doing? Holly in the house. Fearless, what is up? Oh my God, you guys are feeling extra generous to start off the stream. I'm being yelled at over here. Yeah. But if I missed you, you know the deal. Just yell at me in the chat. Let's give everybody a nice little,
Hello there.
General Kenobi.
Okay. So, first things first, I did see somebody already get the Easter egg from today. It was kind of an obvious one. Just kind of an obvious one. Yeah. And nobody guessed the shirt today, from what I saw at least. Nobody guessed it. Of course, Beatlemania. But I believe it was WV Grad again. 2 for 2. Yes, this is the... check out that antenna. This is from the Mos Eisley set. But it's Lego Star Wars. We're talking a lot of Lego Star Wars today. Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy. Stay there. Okay. Well, let's get to the super chat. Another Mike who loves Star Wars with a very generous $2 holla. I appreciate that. Says Mike Baca, the man, the myth, the legend. I appreciate that, Mike. Right back at you. 50 Thunder with a 17-month membership. That's absolutely insane. All right. Well, let's dive into this stuff. I think the only place we can start is with this trailer. It dropped at noon today, so only 2 hours ago. And there's quite a few Easter eggs in this trailer. I mean, they made it very, very obvious that they're going to try and do some crazy stuff when it comes to this Rebuild the Galaxy Season 2. Season 1 was cool. Don't get me wrong. It was fun. But I wasn't really that excited for Season 2. I mean, when you look at the other things that we have going on, you got Maul Shadow Lord, Ahsoka Season 2, the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, even Sean Levy's Ryan Gosling starring Matt Smith villaining Starfighter movie. That's got me way more excited than Rebuild the Galaxy Season 2. However, things change when Rebuild the Galaxy is, first of all, next up on the list, and we get a trailer dropped for it. So let's take a look at this trailer. First things first. It's the only place to start, I think. 21-month membership. Holy crap, John Groom. That's insane. I appreciate you. Well, let's start here. Lucasfilm. LTT. Hang on. Oh, let's center that better. Let's make that a lot better in the center here. Got it. Okay. Take a look at this. And by the way, actually, before we even watch this trailer, I know, teasing you guys with it, let's start up a poll first. I want to see where your hype level is at for this show. Rebuild the Galaxy Season 2. It's a Lego show. We already got our first season. How excited are you for Season 2? Tell me in the chat on a scale of 1 to 10. And while you do that, let's do this. Are you excited for Rebuild the Galaxy Season 2? Yes or no? Honestly, All might change if you haven't watched this trailer. So let's take a look. All might change.
Hi! We're all back! A little while ago, I accidentally mashed up the galaxy we all know and love for good. Good guys became bad guys.
You insolent child.
Bad guys became good guys.
I find your abundance of faith encouraging.
It turns out I kind of like this new galaxy.
This could still be a good thing.
My name
Also,
is
October 19th.
Solidus. I've spent countless eons gathering power to unmake this galaxy once and for all.
Stop breathing so loudly, Vader. You'll blow our cover.
We have to defeat Solidus before the rift goes critical.
If Dev and I join together,
Wow.
maybe we could beat him.
We can't trust a Sith. Sith treachery is legendary. Legendary!
Can we just get to the fighting already?
My two favorite Jedi.
I'm here as well.
You ready to strap in?
1 second, I'm almost done checking.
We found a baby Yoda.
The baby's name is Grogu, baby.
All of us need to fight for the future. It's a giant Chewbacca!
You really want a piece of this?
This isn't how it was supposed to be! In the old stories, the good guys always find a way!
Congratulations, you're being destroyed.
Who's ready to go on a hyperspace joyride? Who
Nope.
are you?
The name's Jackson. You probably haven't heard of me because I'm a real deep cut.
So, a lot going on there. Yes, Ashley Eckstein is back as Ahsoka for the first time in over 5 years since Clone Wars Season 7. All right, no, actually less than that. Over 3 years since Tales of the Jedi. My fault. And we, of course, got a bunch of recognizable faces in there. Cal Kestis, Darth Revan, and, of course, Jackson. Now, that's a deep cut if you don't know who that is. It's pretty much just a character from the early days of Star Wars comics. This bunny right here. The coolest part about this is your version of a what if. Everybody's been asking for a what if in Star Wars. This is it. This is as close as you're going to get to a what if series in Star Wars. What if Vader was a good guy? What if Palpatine was a good guy? What if Rey was a bad guy? Like, that's the world we're living in here. What if Lando was the Mandalorian? So there's a lot going on in this trailer. We just watched through it once. Let's go a little bit. Let's get a little bit closer. Let's get a little bit closer. Greg, I appreciate that. Yes, we did hit. Let's celebrate for a second first before we rewind this. We did hit 180,000 subscribers on this channel. So I appreciate you guys. Round of applause to you hitting that subscribe. It means so much to me. Obviously, we hit this milestone to start this year or end last year. So it's insane that we are already at 180,000. It's absolutely wild. Cannot appreciate it enough. I woke up to the news this morning and I was like, oh, it's going to be a great day. And so far it has been. So I appreciate it. I really, really do. 180,000 is a great milestone to hit. But of course, 200 is the next big one, you know, the big one, the big one. But no better way to celebrate. And I think, you know, Lucasfilm saw that we hit 180,000 and they were like, okay, Mike's feeling a little good today. Let's give him a trailer. Let's make his day even better, you know? Mike hits 180,000. Let's give him a Rebuild the Galaxy trailer. That's what I think happened, you know? Maybe. No, that's what happened, okay? That's what happened. God. So let's watch the trailer that Lucasfilm released for me. Okay? I'll get to these super chats in a second. I appreciate it. Okay.
Hi! We're all back!
Gonk Droid, of course.
A little while ago, I accidentally mashed up the galaxy we all know and love for good. Good guys became bad guys.
You insolent child.
Bad guys became good guys.
I find your abundance of faith encouraging.
It turns out I kind of like this new galaxy.
This could still be a good thing.
Oh, go back. Hang on, chat.
This could still be a good thing.
Oh, I forget how these buttons work. Who? Oh, there it is. So first of all, we got General Grievous working with the good guys. Greedo with Han Solo's shirt on. Jabba the Hutt, of course. All the bad guys being good.
Still be a good
Then we got Darth Maul. I mean, I thought we were going to see Darth Maul next year. It looks like we're getting more Darth Maul this year. And is that Queel? Could be.
Good thing.
So September 19th, I lied to you guys. I said September 16th. September 19th. So that is in just over a month from now. September 19th. They all come out at the same time. This is all released at the same time. It's a 4-part event, just like the first season. They all come out on September 19th.
My name is Solitus.
This is our new villain, Solitus. He's got these weird nunchuck-looking lightsabers that are held together by a chain. It's honestly pretty badass, but Solitus. Whoops.
I've spent countless eons gathering power to unmake this galaxy once and for all.
Stop breathing so loudly, Vader. You'll blow our cover.
You know what's really funny? As I'm sitting here watching this, watching these different universes deteriorate by these black hole-looking things that come out of space, isn't this going to be the plot of Marvel? Isn't this going to be the plot of Doomsday and the plot of the Marvels and Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness? And is Star Wars just getting to this first? Like, is this the Avengers Doomsday before Avengers Doomsday? Okay. Just putting that in your mind.
We have to defeat Solitus before the rift goes critical.
If Dev and I join together,
Wow.
maybe we could beat him.
We can't trust a Sith. Sith treachery is legendary.
So if you don't know from the first season, his brother was a bad guy, Sith Lord, in this new universe. So they had to fight it out. And now they're going to have to work together.
Legendary!
Can we just get to the fighting already?
Hang on, go back. So, here we have Jabba the Hutt with a lightsaber, which is great. Count Dooku there, an IG unit there. Who the hell is that? Chad, who is this? Is this? Oh, that's Cad Bane on our left, on the very far left of your screen, right there, boom. That's Cad Bane. But who is that? I don't know. But the more important frame here is this guy. Holding a red and purple lightsaber. Darth Revan. Oh, it's Lobo? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. From Cloud City Lobo. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Darth freaking Revan. Now, for years and years and years and years and years, fans have been begging to get Darth Revan in a Star Wars story. Little did we know. Little did we know. Rebuild the Galaxy Season 2 would be where we get him first. So, hopefully this is the beginning of a lot more Darth Revan in the future of Star Wars content. But it's really funny that we get Darth Revan in Lego form in Rebuild the Galaxy Season 2 before we get any Revan actual storytelling in Star Wars. It's kind of wild. It's kind of wild.
My 2 favorite Jedi.
And I'm here as well.
You ready to strap in?
1 second, I'm almost done checking.
We found a baby Yoda.
The baby's name is Grogu, baby.
A Landalorian. Lando Calrissian.
Grogu, baby.
All of us need to fight.
Oh. Padme Amidala. So you got Padme there, C-3PO, Cassian Andor.
Fight for the future. It's a giant Chewbacca.
You really want a piece of this?
Very strange that they brought in Ahsoka and not had her just be a normal Ahsoka figure.
This isn't how it was supposed to be. In the old stories, the good guys always find a way.
Congratulations, you're being destroyed.
The new Purgle are porgs in this galaxy. So the Purgle, the whales, the space whales that go through hyperspace, they're now Purgle.
Who's ready to go on a hyperspace joyride?
right there. So here we got quite the crew here, actually. First of all, you look from top to bottom. You got Padme Amidala. You got Cassian Andor right there. Din Djarin, Maul, of course, Gong Droid. But at the bottom row, over here on the left, you got Hunter. There you got Wrecker. That's Omega right there on the right. I'm guessing that's going to be Crosshair then, too. So you got some Bad Batch in there as well.
Who are you?
The name's Jackson. You probably haven't heard of me because I'm a real deep cut.
And yes, Jackson is a real deep cut. But a lot of familiar faces, and one that's actually not in the trailer is Cal Kestis. But we know for a fact Cal Kestis will be in this, and they're kind of keeping it, I guess, a secret because he's not in the trailer. But we know for a fact that he is in it because there's a poster that was also released with this trailer. So take a look at this. Rebuild the Galaxy, Pieces of the Past, or Season 2. All episodes September 19th. And if you look close at this, you got Solitus as the sort of background villain dude. But if you look a little bit closer, let's zoom in. You look a little bit closer, you got Ahsoka, Mandalorian, Jedi Bob, the usual. And right there, smack in the middle, in between the Mandalorian and Padme Amidala, is Cal freaking Kestis. So much like Darth Revan, we have not gotten a lot of Cal Kestis in anything other than the place that he exists. For Revan, it's Legends and in the Old Republic. And for Cal Kestis, it's in video game form. So this is going to be the first time we ever get Cal Kestis outside of the video game franchise, I guess. And it will be in Rebuild the Galaxy Season 2. So Cal Kestis, Darth Revan, and more, all in Rebuild the Galaxy. So yeah, I'll be completely honest. I was not looking forward to this show. I mean, it wasn't anywhere on my radar. I liked Season 1. It was a fun time. We actually did a live watch party on the channel, and it was fun. It's sort of the what-if version of Star Wars. But this trailer got me pretty excited. Throwing in stuff like Cal Kestis and Darth Revan and Jackson and stuff. It's cool. It's fun. You can have fun with it. It's what-ifs. It doesn't mean anything to the canon of Star Wars, but it's still fun. You even have on this poster, too, all the way out here on the right, Darth Jar Jar, who did die in Season 1, but he's back now with with spider legs, much like Darth Maul as well. So there you have it. I'm sure more cool surprises like that are on its way in this second season. But with the now having seen the poster and seen the trailer, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for Rebuild the Galaxy Pieces of the Past Season 2? On a scale of 1 to 10. Because right now the poll, by the way, sits at 70% of you guys. 69, actually. Nice. 69% of you guys say yes, you are excited for this second season. But as most things, it is Lego. It is sort of, I guess, geared more towards kids. But it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, to say the least. When does it drop? September 19th. September 19th. So just over a month from now. Yeah. When you look at the hype level in the chat, it's kind of what I expected. A 6, 5 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 6, 6, 10. Yeah, we're all over the place, but, you know. Yeah, I'll check it out. So a 5, 7, 10. 10, it's so much fun. Okay. 6.5. Interesting. The trailer definitely got me up. I was probably around like a 4, and now I'm probably around like a 6.5, 7. Like my hype has gone up quite a bit. It's nowhere close to like the 9 and 10 of Maul and Ahsoka Season 2 and all that stuff, but it's definitely up there. I'm more excited for this, honestly, than I am Visions Volume 3, which, by the way, comes out in October. So where's the trailer for that? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I missed a bunch of super chats here, so let me go back up. Let me scroll it back. Darth Plagueis lives with a very generous $5 holla. I appreciate that quite a bit. Says, hype for the Rebuild the Galaxy, but D23 could be the gold mine. Much love and have fun at the wedding. Oh, yeah. So if you guys weren't here on Tuesday, I'll let you guys know again. There will be no live stream again this Saturday. I know last Saturday I went away on vacation. This Saturday I'm going to my friend's wedding, so I will be there. So I will not be here doing a live stream on Saturday. I do have stuff scheduled, ready to go. I made a ton of shorts. Every day we should have a short and even polls on the channel. So there'll be content for you guys, just no live stream. But yes, I am going to a wedding this weekend. And yes, I agree with you. I think D23, which is going to be August 29th and 30th, will be the gold mine and hopefully give us a Mandalorian and Grogu teaser trailer. And if we're lucky, a Maul trailer, Visions Volume 3 trailer. Like, there could be a lot coming to us at D23. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. Yeah. But I appreciate the Super Chat. Super Chats, memberships, keep the lights on over here. Ron with the very generous $10 holla says, congrats on 180,000 subscribers. I appreciate it, Ron. I really, really do. I mean, yeah, it's the coolest part about getting to this point as a channel is all of you guys, not just the other content creators like yourself, Ron, and like all the others that I've been on their shows and all that stuff. We've had a lot of fun. It's also just the chat. It's the people. It's the community. It's the people who love Star Wars. So if you're not yet in their Discord, there's a completely free Discord in the link in the description below to a Discord called The People Who Love Star Wars. The community just continues to grow every single day, and it's just insane. It's absolutely insane. Yeah. So I appreciate that. I really, really do. And Greg with the very generous $18 holla, I appreciate that, says $1 for every 10,000 subscribers. I appreciate that. And I'm challenging everyone who is taking the day off to match it. Okay. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. So we do have some hype for Rebuild the Galaxy in the chat, which is cool. See a bunch of 8s, 6, 6.5, 7. So, yeah, I think the trailer did its job. It's supposed to get you hyped up as we are just over a month out, and that's what it successfully did. I'm excited. Darth Revan, sign me up. Cal Kestis, I'm on board. But can we come to your wedding? Well, it's not my wedding. But I'll think about it. Yeah. Is it someone we know from the gaming channel getting married? Actually, yes. So he hasn't been on the gaming channel in a long time, but it is one of the people from the gaming channel. So yeah, his name's Kyle. So get congratulations to Kyle in the chat, please. Yeah. Mike, we haven't done a members only watch party in a while. I know. Yeah, I know. I'm slacking. Okay, my weekends have been pretty busy lately. No, we will. We will definitely get that done soon. Yeah. Yeah. No, when you get married, Mike, are we invited? Oh, that would be a big wedding. I don't know. That sounds like a lot of money. But no, we were just talking about last night, actually, though. Shout out to Ron. Doing this whole, when The Mandalorian and Grogu comes out, we're renting out an entire theater near the Boston area, and we're getting all the people who love Star Wars to come, and we're watching the Mandalorian and Grogu movie together, a full theater full of Star Wars fans, so we can appreciate it together, not have those annoying people in the back not even caring about the movie, doing this with their straw where it sounds like a clown. It's like, and they're chewing their popcorn wicked loud, and they're making stupid noises, and they're snoring during the movie, and I hate it! So I want to fill a whole theater full of actual Star Wars fans. But how do we get so off topic? Oh my God. Rebuild the Galaxy. I'm excited, but that honestly wasn't what we were going to talk about today during the live stream. We got some crazy John Boyega stuff, and D23 is coming right around the corner. So I want to talk about all that stuff too. I want to talk about it. Can you all come to London to watch it, Mike? No. You got to come to me. I'm lazy. But I will pay to rent out the theater. So if you can get yourself here, it's on me. And you have to pay for your own popcorn. Sorry. Okay, so back on topic here. So Rebuild the Galaxy brightened my day this morning. The trailer's awesome. The poster's got Cal Kestis on it. Can't be more excited than that. Ashley Eckstein's back. Fantastic. Purgle as Porgs now. I mean, what more could you ask for a Rebuild the Galaxy show? Oh, we got a character list here. Whoa, okay. Hang on a second, chat. Check this out. Updated cast member list for Rebuild the Galaxy Pieces of the Past. So we got Soltis, who's going to be the main bad guy. Alan Tunick's back as K2SO. We saw that in the trailer. Ben Schwartz is Jackson. Nice. Billy D. Williams is the Landalorian. I was wondering that. Is it actually going to be Billy D. Williams? They got him back for the Landalorian. That's pretty cool. Gaten is still playing Sig from season 1. And Tony's still playing Dev from season 1. Jedi Bob is still Bobby as well. Yessie? I don't know that by name. Darth Jar Jar is still Ahmed Best. Love to see that. C-3PO is Anthony Daniels. Sam Witwer is Maul. Nice. Darth Ray is Helen. That's not Daisy Ridley. Kit Fisto, Darth Kit Fisto. General Grievous, Greedo, Princess Leia, Yoda, Jedi Vader, Jedi Sheev. Nice. Palpatine. Darth Nubs. Nice. Jedi Jana, whatever her name is. The girl from Rise of Skywalker. Jedi Jabba the Hutt. Nice. Darth Rose Tico, Luke Skywalker. Probe Droid Viper. Has speaking roles. Ashley Eckstein's back as Ahsoka Tano. Queen Amidala. Cal Kestis is Cameron Monaghan. All right. So I really want Cal Kestis to come into live action. I really hope we get him very, very soon. But Jedi 3, and I just saw somebody bring it up in the chat, will there be some sort of announcement for the 3rd installment of the Jedi games at D23? That's highly likely, especially because we haven't gotten an announcement for that game in a very, very long time. It was confirmed that there will be a 3rd game right after Jedi Survivor came out, but that was 2 years ago. We need a big old update, some sort of... I don't need gameplay or anything. I just need something to show that it's on the right track and we're getting it sometime soon. It doesn't have to be this year. Definitely doesn't have to be this year. Could be next year, but even 2027 I'm fine with. Even 2027. Okay, but Cameron Monaghan, Cal Kestis, can't get enough of that. Asajj Ventress, Nika Futterman. We did not see Asajj in the trailer. At least I don't think so. But that's pretty cool. Cassian Andor is not Diego Luna, which is sad, but okay. And Obi-Wan Kenobi, I did not see in the trailer either, but James Arnold Taylor is back as him. And Ki-Adi-Mundi. So that's quite the list of characters there. You got everything from Darth Nubs to Darth Maul. And everything in between. That's pretty cool. So yeah, Rebuild the Galaxy. I'm excited. Yeah. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But that's cool that they got Billy D. Williams to come back. That's pretty cool. And of course, Darth Revan. Insane. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about D23. So tell me in the chat, what do you expect to see from D23? D23, if you don't know, is pretty much Disney's version of a Comic-Con. You have all Disney properties from Star Wars to Marvel to Pixar to everything else. Whatever else they own. And they all get updates on their films and shows and projects. It's sort of like an Investors Day type thing where they just get people hyped up for the future of content at Disney specifically, because Comic-Con and stuff like that, there's other companies there. This is Disney's version of that, just focusing solely on Disney. So what do you think is going to go down? Are we actually going to get the Mandalorian and Grogu teaser trailer finally? Because we are now sitting here in August. And that puts us at 9 months, just over 9 months away from the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. We need a teaser trailer like right now. Actually, like yesterday. Also, there are a few projects that come out before the Mandalorian and Grogu movie that could get trailers or at least some sort of update at D23 as well. Maul Shadow Lord, we think, will come out before the Mandalorian and Grogu next year. So that getting a trailer will be insanely cool. Visions Volume 3. Visions Volume 3 comes out at the end of October, 2 months from now. So where's the trailer for that? And announcements for stuff that we probably don't even know exists. Maybe an Ahsoka Season 2 update would be great too. But D23 has always been the home for that kind of stuff. A couple years back, I think in 2022, maybe, at D23 we got an Andor trailer, a Mando trailer, a Bad Batch trailer, and a Tales of the Jedi trailer. So we got 4 trailers at D23 only a couple of years ago. I'm not going to say that we're going to get 4 trailers again this year, but at least one. At least. And it will probably be The Mandalorian and Grogu, if not Visions Volume 3, if not both, okay? Why can't we get both? But tell me in the chat, what do you think's going down at D23 this year? D23 will show the participants there the same Mandalorian and Grogu trailer that was shown at Celebration, but they still won't release it publicly. That could happen, that they could just show the people in attendance these trailers and, again, not release them publicly. But I think they need to give some fans, or the outside fans, something to look at. Maybe they don't release all the trailers publicly, but they need to at least release one of them. And for The Mandalorian and Grogu, too, I don't think they'd show the exact same trailer, because they never do that. Whenever they show a new trailer, it's something new. A lot of the scenes may be the same, but it's something new. Who voices Darth Revan? They didn't say, I don't think. Skeleton Crew Season 2 teaser? Well, if they were going to announce the fact that this is Skeleton Crew Season 2, or a Book of Boba Fett Season 2, or a Kenobi Season 2, this would be the place to do it. But I don't know. Mike, what if they drop a Mandalorian and Grogu trailer while you're at the wedding? No. We're not even going to speak that into existence. Nope. I'd love to hear something about Jedi 3. Yeah, I mean, that'd be great. That'd be great. I think a big focus for them is going to be the movie theater side of things, because Star Wars hasn't been in the movie theaters for 6 years, and the Mandalorian and Grogu movie is the return to that. So they're going to want to hype it up as much as they can to get the most amount of people in seats and get, of course, a big old return that is worth the time waited. Because if the Mandalorian and Grogu movie is this wild success, then we're going to get a lot more Star Wars movies that take more risks. If it's not, if it barely makes its money back, or it's like kind of a success, or even if it loses money, they're not going to take as many risks when it comes to Star Wars movies in the future. Yeah. I want Jedi 3 and Ahsoka Season 2. Well, Ahsoka Season 2, I think, is a highly likely possibility because of Dave Filoni. Dave is going to be there, and where there's Dave, he's going to give some sort of update on Ahsoka Season 2. I honestly think that Ahsoka is coming to a close when it comes to filming over the next couple of weeks. So maybe they do have some sort of film ready to go, like they did with The Mandalorian and Grogu last year. Because it was last August where they showed a Mando teaser trailer to the people at D23. A year ago. People have seen Mando trailers for over a year. And us as the public have not seen a single one. So that's really crazy to me. So hopefully, now that we're 9 months out from the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, we will finally get that teaser trailer at D23. Now, they did release a schedule for D23, a program or whatever you want to call it, for D23. And it's 2 days. Day one is I got it wrong. It's not the 29th and the 30th. It's the 30th and the 31st of August. So the last weekend of August, the 30th and 31st, here's the program. A lot of stuff like just celebrating all older Disney stuff and stuff like that, like just not really things we're looking for. But to start off, you got the welcome thing, of course, kicking off with this blah, 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 blah. Walt Disney Studios Showcase, an exclusive look at the movies fans love and a glimpse into what to look forward to from Disney's film studios. This is probably going to be the biggest event of the weekend. I think they're going to kick it off with a bang at 9:15 to 10:30 a.m. at actually, where does this take place? Do we know? It's at Walt Disney World Resort. So that's in Miami, right? That's the one in Orlando. That's the one in Florida, right? Yeah, land is in California. World is in Florida, Chet. Right? So from 9:15 to 10:30 is probably going to be the biggest showcase of the weekend, at least for us as people who are not in attendance there. So that'll be the big one, and we'll probably live stream what's going on there, and then hopefully we'll get some trailers, and we'll make some breakdown videos from that. But that's the plan, and I certainly hope that we're getting some sort of trailer. Yeah. That's why they haven't given us a Mandalorian and Grogu teaser trailer yet. Why? Because they're going to do it here? Maybe. They typically don't release movie trailers until 60 to 90 days before the release. I'm holding out my expectations. I hope we get a trailer, but I won't expect it at D23. Typically, with most movies, that is the case. However, when it comes to Star Wars, usually like a teaser trailer gets dropped at a Celebration or a D23 type thing, where then you get the hype up months and months in advance for this movie. For example, The Rise of Skywalker. That Palpatine laughing trailer was at a Star Wars Celebration, and that was probably 8 or 9 months, maybe even 10 months. I think it was in April or maybe March. I'm not too sure. Then the movie comes out in December. So you're talking like 8, 9, 10 months before the movie releases, we got the first teaser trailer. And that's sort of the time period that we are existing right now. Yeah. Mike, have you played Battlefield 6 yet? No. Well, because it's only been this weekend and last weekend, and I was away last weekend, and I'm away this weekend. So no, I have not. I've heard it's awesome, though, and I can't wait to check it out when it actually comes out, but no beta for me. No beta for me. I'm still thinking Christmas time for a Mando and Grogu trailer. It could be. I hope not. That's a long time from now, but it could be. Yeah. KOTOR remake update? I don't know. I really don't know what's going on with that game, honestly. I'd love still for them to remake the KOTOR games. I mean, there's a reason that fans want the Old Republic to be brought to live action so badly. But there has not been an update on that game in a long, long time. A long time. Yeah. I'm still waiting to know what the story is before I decide if I'm excited or not. Okay, valid. Valid. Just live stream the wedding? No. I think we'll get a Mando and Maul trailer, but also they'll announce something new. Okay, interesting. Well, let me back up a second. The reason I think we will be getting a Mando trailer and a Maul trailer for that matter is because those trailers have already been released. Not publicly, but to the people at Star Wars Celebration 4 months ago in April. So those trailers already exist, are already finished, are already ready to go. They've already been leaked out there online. So why not just release them publicly? And D23 will be the perfect place to do so. A lot of great publicity for both projects, the Mandalorian and Grogu and the Maul series. But those trailers are already done. Like, they're already ready. They've already been released to certain people, just not publicly. So what are we waiting for? That's sort of my thing. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get a release date for Maul Shadow Lord, which would be great. Hopefully, I'm really hoping for January, but I'll take February or even March. But I really want it to be before the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, just so we have something before, and then Ahsoka Season 2 can be after. Yeah. Has anyone considered they might release a trailer during the first Monday Night Football game? But isn't that not until, like, a week after D23? That's, like, way after. So I don't know about that. Have they finished filming Ahsoka? No. So they're still filming Ahsoka right now, but they've been filming since Star Wars Celebration, so for 4 months now. Maybe it will go on for a little while. I think it'll probably end around October-ish. It does depend on every film goes different. Every season of television goes differently, but still. Yeah. A post Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker animated series. I'm always down for that, but they did just announce the next animated series being Maul Shadow Lord, so I don't think so. Sadly, I don't think so. Maybe they'll announce the release of the Star Wars Holiday Special into cinemas. No. They're still keeping that thing hidden away forever. Is Star Wars Eclipse officially going to release not until 2028 or 2032? Star Wars Eclipse is much like the KOTOR remake. You don't get much updates on that. And I'm sure it's still being developed, but I don't know if it's, ever going to happen. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Yeah. Okay. But let's talk about this John Boyega stuff, okay? Let's talk about the greatness that is this idea from John Boyega. So, first things first. Actually, let's put up a poll here before we even dive into this. 67% of you are excited for Rebuild the Galaxy Season 2. Nice. Do you think we will get a Mando and Grogu trailer at D23? Yes or no? Okay, and while you do that, take a look at this. So, John Boyega expected Finn and Rey to become rivals in the sequel trilogy. Listen to this, because this is actually like an unbelievable idea. John Boyega has revealed that he anticipated that Finn and Rey, Daisy Ridley, fast friends in the Force Awakens, would turn into bitter rivals by the sequel trilogy's end, culminating in a showdown between the two Jedi. John Boyega recently attended Fan Expo Boston. Ugh. It's like a dagger to the heart. Fan Expo Boston is the closest convention to me. I have been going to Fan Expo Boston for the last couple of years, and I was not able to attend this year. And you got John Boyega saying this stuff about craziness about the sequel trilogy. You got Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor talking about a Kenobi Season 2 and Ahsoka Season 2 and future projects with these characters. God! But at Fan Expo Boston, in a Q&A special discussing his role in the Star Wars franchise, he stated that during the production of The Force Awakens, he expected that Finn would become a Jedi, like we all sort of did. Indeed, it can still be argued that there is some narrative teases in The Force Awakens hinting at the Force was being a part of his destiny. I mean, he does pick up the lightsaber. He does fight Kylo Ren in the forest. And even by Rise of Skywalker, he's still Force sensitive. That's something that already happened. But he also revealed that he believed that the two main protagonists of the films were going to be pitted against each other. Here's what he had to say. I think I assumed he was Force sensitive from the Force Awakens script, or at least by the time I got to the end of the Force Awakens script. I thought that they were planning a dual Jedis, Rey and Finn. I actually thought they would Obi-Wan and Darth Vader us a bit, which of course is what happens in the prequel trilogy, that they would turn against each other at or something along those lines. Before we even read the rest of this article, what do you think of this? Is this a good idea? Is this something that you would have liked in the sequel trilogy? If Finn turned to the dark side, or even Rey turned to the dark side. Honestly, I'd rather it be Rey. I always wanted Rey to turn to the dark side by the end. It would be cool if her and Ben Solo did the Uno reverse, where she goes dark side, he goes light side, and then Ben Solo and Finn have to fight Rey. That would be insane. That would be awesome. But what do we think? Is this a good idea? Bad idea? What do we think? Chris here sending good vibes from New York City. Nice. Right back at you, Chris. Appreciate you being here. Absolutely. No, Rey needed to turn to the dark side. I agree. It would have been cool because she was a Palpatine and, she had those tendencies, I guess. Would have made the sequels so much more interesting plot-wise. I agree. A lot of the issues with the sequel trilogy that people have is that it's very similar to the original trilogy. This would have made it a little bit more similar to the prequel trilogy, but still made it different. Star Wars Santa says, no thanks, I don't like the idea of Rey going to the dark side, even for a second. Like, what if she came back to the light by the end of the story? Or, better yet, this sequel trilogy was the beginning of another trilogy. Like, this sets up the next thing. Like, Rey goes dark side and then comes back to the light eventually later. Well, then people would complain that it's too close to Anakin. True. It would have been really cool, though, to see these two friends, or at least people who started out as friends, Finn and Rey, turn against each other, much like Obi-Wan and Anakin. That would be pretty cool. because they were just thrown together just by happenstance. Like Finn just crash lands onto Jakku, and then they become friends because they have to. If that changed, that'd be pretty cool. But let's keep reading. In the end, the focus on the two Jedi characters ended up being between Rey and Kylo Ren, the fallen Jedi who fell to the dark side and sought a path of redemption, even at the cost of his own life. Well, Finn's arc was the remainder of the trilogy, or for the remainder of the trilogy, instead of shifting towards being about one of the leaders of the Resistance, not a Jedi. Well, he does get the Force sensitivity at the end of Rise, but yeah. Despite previously lacking in incentive to continue fighting for their cause outside of the ensuring Rey's safety, yelling Rey a bunch. As such, in The Last Jedi, this moved away from pretty much all subtexts that Finn was Force sensitive. However, in The Rise of Skywalker, which saw the return of the Force Awakens writer J.J. Abrams, who reinstated several plot threads that he had planned earlier in the trilogy, hastily reinstating the Force element to the character's story without including it in the finished movie, though. I mean, yes, what he never told Rey when he's falling into the sand pit, that he was Force sensitive, all that stuff. It is in the movie. He is Force sensitive. That's been made very clear. And hopefully in the future, when we get the Rey movie and this new Jedi Order, Finn's involved. He's a Jedi. He's wielding the lightsaber. That'll be great. And I can't wait for that. But even in the sequel trilogy itself, there is that Finn is a Jedi type stuff still there. Yeah. In any case, various canon adjacent projects, such as Lego Star Wars television specials, which we just watched the trailer for one, have indicated a future where Finn is connected to the Force after all. They're talking about the holiday special here. In the Christmas holiday special that was released 5 years ago or something like that, you have Finn being trained by Rey in the ways of the Force. Is that canon? Probably not, but perhaps this element will be explored further in future installments, such as the upcoming new Jedi Order movie that will see Rey's return, and the proposed trilogy written by Simon Kinberg that is also set to be after the sequel trilogy. Should John Boyega return as the role of Finn, of course, because we don't know that he is returning, at least not yet. All three of the sequel trilogy films are available streaming. Okay. So, thoughts, opinions? Is this a good idea by John Boyega to pin Finn and Rey against each other in the sequel trilogy? Would you have liked that? Tell me in the chat. Yes or no? And as you do so, can I get some good cups full of orders in the chat, please? Bumper. How about Rey becomes Abeloth? I mean, I'd be down for that. Here's the deal. We need a big new bad for a post-sequel world. There's not many options. Palpatine has been the villain of all 9 movies, pretty much. So, the overarching villain. So now Palpatine's gone for good, hopefully this time. But he's gone for real. And it begs the question, who's going to be the next villain? If it is Abeloth, well, that causes, or at least allows for the opportunity for Rey to be embodied by the character of Abeloth and become a villain, not because Rey turns bad, but because she's embodied by Abeloth. And it would help by explaining that Rey's is maybe one of the only bodies that is capable of housing Abeloth. Like, she's the only one powerful enough to be able to have Abeloth inside of her. This is really phrased horribly. I need to find better words to use, but you know what I mean. Abeloth goes inside of Rey. Yeah!
I got a bad feeling about this.
Rey is embodied by Abeloth. Is that even better? Is that even any better? But Abeloth can pretty much go into people. This is horrible. How do you talk about Abeloth without it sounding just terrible? Abeloth is very, very powerful. She has the ability to get inside of people. And Rey would be the perfect person for that, okay? Let me just end it there. Rey would be the perfect person for that. Gah! Okay. Yes. say she takes over the body. That's worse. That is somehow worse. Yeah. Finn was set up to have some cool cybernetic enhancements back in The Force Awakens. His fight versus Kylo Ren, similar to Luke in Empire Strikes Back. That would have been cool. But I don't really know if, I mean, he gets sliced up his back. Maybe some, what would he become General Grievous? Like, what? Possesses? Is possesses even, like, better? Like, this, you know. Yeah. Mike, try saying takes possession of somebody else. Still sounds pretty bad. Still isn't the greatest. You know? Talking about Abeloth sounds terrible because Abeloth is a terrible idea, some might say. Well, my question to you then would be, what is the next big bad? If it isn't Abeloth, which has been clearly set up in Ahsoka and hopefully set up for the future, then who will it be? How can you not one-up Palpatine, but even be on the same level as Palpatine? You need a big enough villain. Rey just defeated Palpatine. And Palpatine at his really full potential because he took the power of the Dyad of the Force. So how do you give us a bigger, better villain? Ideally, nothing we know about. So a new character. Nothing pulled from Legends. Interesting. So no Abeloth, no like Darth Krayt type deal, Darth Talon, Sith Order type stuff. Something new. Interesting. I like the idea of invading Force users like a Grisk the Vong. I like that too. Because that's something we never really seen before. Sort of a different full-on species. Because you've seen Sith Lords, but not a full-on species of characters. The Rakatan Empire, of course, but that's hasn't been seen yet, at least. Not in canon. Yeah. Plagueis. I'll take Plagueis before the prequels, but to bring back Plagueis in a post-sequels would kind of be a little bit too much, I think. Darth Greedo? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Mike, Rey as Abeloth as a fan fiction? Maybe. I mean, it might happen. I put in the Vong. Has anybody considered that Matt Smith could be the leader of the Vong? Well, that could be a big thing, too, because Matt Smith, Mia Goth have been cast as villains for the Starfighter movie. Now, the big question is, will they be lasting villains or will they just die off in Starfighter? Hopefully, they're overarching villains who play a big role in the future, but who are they? Just pirates? Are they leaders of the Vong or the Grisk? Or are they Sith Lords with a new Sith Order? I don't know. One person doesn't need to be the main villain. True. Concept of multiple factions of government. Yeah. You could do something like that, for sure. Doesn't have to be one overarching emperor of the galaxy type deal. True. Huge Wang. Okay, that's a good one too. Huge Wang could be a great, AI robot takes over the world. How about Chopper? Chopper being the big bad would be pretty cool. I mean, it's kind of hard to take him down. I like where our heads are at today, chat. Okay, but going back to it, I think the idea to make Finn and Rey go opposite each other, whether one goes dark side or whatever happens there, would have been really cool to see. Maybe Rey falls to the dark side and then Finn's the only one who can bring her back. And it happens in this sort of lightsaber duel where you see her struggle with the dark side and all that. That would be really, really cool. We could still do something of that type of story in this post-sequel world. Because Finn could come back and be a Jedi. Maybe he goes down a dark path, or maybe Rey goes down a dark path. But either way, you could still do something similar to that type of story. Yeah. They should show what happened to the guy, Jedi Master Kelleran Beck, the one who stood up and saved Grogu in Order 66. I mean, I'd love to see more of Kelleran Beck, don't get me wrong. Yeah. An ideology split within the Jedi Order itself? sort of like a Jedi civil war. That would be wild. If Finn and Rey become sort of leaders of the next Jedi Order and they have different ideologies on which way to go, that would be awesome. And it ends up in some sort of civil war where they actually fight against each other. That would be really, really cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Let me put this up in a poll. Let me pull it up, chat. By the way, 88% of you say yes, you think we're getting a Mandalorian and Grogu teaser trailer at D23. I hope so. I hope you're right. We know the trailer exists. We know it's there. Just release it publicly. Just press the publish publicly button on YouTube. You know how it's private? Just make it public and all our dreams will come true. But would you want to see Rey versus Finn in post-sequels movie? Whether it be in the Rey movie or the Simon Kinberg trilogy, would you want to see this sort of toe-to-toe Finn versus Rey type of fight? I think Abeloth will be the next long-term bad guy like Palpatine, and Darkseid Rey could be her Vader. Oh, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Think about it this way. A lot of people don't really like the character of Rey. I do, personally. The Skywalker name thing is not my favorite, but the arc she goes on in the sequels, I personally like. If she was a Palpatine from the beginning, which I can now say she is from watching it, then it would be a little bit different, but still, whatever. I like the character of Rey. I think Daisy Ridley does a great job as Rey, and I want to see more of her because of the fact that she's a Palpatine, because of the fact that she's been trained by Luke. What happens with that? I think she is going to be easily corrupted to the dark side because of that Palpatine genetics in her. She has that struggle with the dark side. She's shooting lightning bolts out her fingertips in The Rise of Skywalker. So if that were the case, and a character like Abeloth or anybody dark side post-sequels comes along and persuades her to the dark side, I think it wouldn't be that difficult, especially if it's a very powerful dark side user. Doesn't have to be a Sith Lord, could be Abeloth. But somebody who could get in her head, much like Palpatine does to Anakin, but get in her head and turn her to the dark side. I think something like that could definitely happen. Yeah. Ugh. Rey could have convinced Luke to reunite with Leia, and meets Finn. In the process, Luke and Rey confront Snoke, and Snoke turns Rey on Luke, revealing her to be Luke's clone, just a female. What? Okay, that just blew my mind. I mean, as great as that would sound, that can't happen. Like, I'm talking about this still could happen in the future, post-sequels. That would have had to happen in The Last Jedi. Safari Tana, what's up? I think Rey's Palpatine background plus Abeloth would be cool. Exactly. Like, she has a dark side in her that she can struggle with in a post-sequel world. Especially when she's making a new Jedi Order. How that Jedi Order looks different from what came before is going to be very intriguing. Yeah. Will Rey take the role of Grand Master? And Finn should be the Jedi Master of the Order? I don't know if they'll do that whole Grand Master thing because they watched what happened before and they saw how it went wrong. The same thing with Luke Skywalker. The same reason that they explain why he's on Arc 2 is at their peak, the Jedi allowed Darth Sidious to rise to power and Anakin Skywalker to fall through their fingertips. Yeah. Indeed. But this is the best part about this. The Rey stuff, the post-sequel stuff, anything can happen, and that's why it's really just like...
This is where the fun begins.
Because Rey turning dark side would be great. Abeloth showing up would be awesome. it's almost impossible to not have Abeloth or some sort of Mortis God threat be something that happens in a post-sequel world because of what they're setting up in Ahsoka. The sequel trilogy itself is very divided amongst Star Wars fans. That's not something crazy and new and innovative that I'm making up right now. That's been made clear. But if you use the Mandoverse, which is mostly loved by most, you use that Mandoverse to set up a new villain, a new threat for the post-sequel world, then you have that connection to a pre-sequel time period that fans know and love, and you have that connection that draws people in to go watch what comes next. So Abeloth is the perfect thing to do. Rey losing her Padawans could be enough to turn her, like a mirror of Luke. But then that would be almost telling the same story over and over and over again. And that's what they kind of want to get away from here. Yeah. Yeah. Well, then you got to bring in, if you're talking about dark side magic, if you're talking about Night Sisters and stuff, Ahsoka Season 2 is going to give us a lot more of the magic side of Star Wars. Night Sisters, how that works, all that greatness. So, honestly, as you look to the future post-sequels, you're going to have not just a Jedi Order, a new Jedi Order, but you're going to have still Night Sisters, magic users, Mandalorians, like different people who are just as powerful as the Jedi. So this struggle for power in the galaxy, it's not going to be that easy for the Jedi Order to just swoop in and go, we're back, the Jedi are back, we're doing great. Because they won't be. That will be very interesting. Yeah. They need to do a project on Yoda's species and his master. Yoda's master, yes. His species, no. I think Yoda's species needs to remain a mystery forever. Some things in Star Wars need to remain a mystery forever. The world between worlds. There's explanation to that, but it's not a lot. Like, it's not a time travel device. A lot is left up for our own interpretation, as it should be. Same with the Force and same with Force ghosts, I suppose. I do think for Force ghosts, we need a little bit more explanation, especially as to why Anakin never shows up to his son at all post Andor. So, explanation on that. But even still, post-life, like Force ghost stuff and what happens to the Jedi and all that, it doesn't need to be explained. Yoda's species doesn't need to be explained, because the mystery of that is what makes it more fun. You know, I doubt any Star Wars movie would make $1 billion. You mean in the future? Because a lot already have. I completely disagree. I think the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, if good, again, I think it's going to make $1 billion anyway because it's Din Djarin and Grogu. Kids are going to be like, I want to go see Grogu on the big screen. And the parents going to be like, yeah, sure. But if it's good, if it's a great movie, it'll make $2 billion. Easily $2 billion. Yeah. It could pass the Force Awakens. Considering Anakin was a Force creation from the light side, balancing reaction to Palpatine and Plagueis doing stuff, would the Force will a chosen one but for the dark side? Well, that whole Palpatine and Plagueis stuff is still legends now. We know that that's very hard to do because we don't know exactly how Anakin came to be yet. That's still something that is a mystery that hopefully will be explained. But has there ever been a chosen one for the dark side? You could argue that Palpatine is that. You could argue that Bane was that. I don't know. You could argue that Revan was that. Maybe not. But maybe. Force works in mysterious ways. We don't know for sure if Anakin was created to be the chosen one, but that's what the Jedi claimed him to be. Yeah. So the balance of the Force was never an equal number thing, right? Hundreds of Jedi versus only 2 Sith. How's that balance? What happens to the balance after Episode 9? Yeah, I mean, it's never actually been balanced. I mean, maybe it was when there was a bunch of Sith and a bunch of Jedi, but it wasn't probably exactly 1,000 versus exactly 1,000. Never has it been probably that even. But why Darth Bane made the rule of 2 in the first place was to give all the power of the dark side to these 2 specific beings, to make them powerful, because the Sith Lords were all fighting each other for power, and the dark side itself was being spread amongst too many living beings across the galaxy. So it's not sort of a balance of numbers. It's more of a balance of light versus dark. If that makes any sense at all. Yeah. Just curious if the balance tips the other way in the galaxy. Well, no, I don't think the galaxy created Anakin to... I don't think the Force itself, I should say, created Anakin to combat Palpatine. Because there was 10,000 Jedi at the time to combat Palpatine. Now, obviously, they lost, but Anakin didn't help either. Anakin actually helped the opposite. He helped Palpatine. I don't know. Yeah. Whilst there were only 2 Sith Lords officially, they had armies and networks. True, I mean, Palpatine controlled the entire galaxy. There was Inquisitors who were dark side users. But there was only ever 2 Sith Lords. So I guess it's more of a flexible thing. Yeah. Think of it as a ton of bricks and a ton of feathers. The balance is that you just need a bunch more feathers. That's actually a great way to look at it, because a ton of bricks and a ton of feathers both weigh a ton. But there's a shit ton less bricks to make a ton than there is of feathers. So all the Jedi are the feathers, and the only 2 Sith Lords are the bricks. They weigh the same, but there's a lot different numbers. That's a great way to put it, actually. The scale is balanced on both sides, but there's a lot more on this side and a lot less on this side. Yeah. The Jedi outnumbered Palpatine, so I think that Anakin brought balance twice. I mean, that is an argument, for sure. Anakin's supposed to bring balance to the Force. He kills all the Jedi to make it so that there's only a couple Jedi and a couple Sith. That's balance. Sounds a little messed up, if you ask me. I don't know. So Anakin being the chosen one mystery is like Yoda's species. I'm cool with that. Well, I think the chosen one thing, and I don't know how we got here, chat. We were talking about Rey and Finn, but whatever. You know, take it where the flow takes you. The whole chosen one thing is a little hoopla to me. The chosen one prophecy is something that the Jedi created. So it's an ideology that the Jedi are hoping that he's the chosen one for them to destroy the Sith, keep balance. But that's not really the case. That's just something that the Jedi came up with. You know? So is he really the chosen one? Or as Darth Maul says in the sand dunes of Tatooine as he dies in Obi-Wan's arms, is Luke the chosen one? Honestly, nobody's the chosen one. The chosen one itself, as a prophecy, as an ideology, I guess, as an idea in general, is just the hope for peace. It's just the hope. The new hope is Luke. The old hope was Anakin. Simple as that. So do the Sith weigh about 1,000 pounds?
Incorrect.
Execute Order 66.
Yeah. Vader and Palpatine, you put them on a scale, they weigh 1,000 pounds. Yeah. Anakin proved he was the chosen one twice. How? By killing Palpatine? By slaughtering thousands of Jedi? Maybe both Sith and Jedi learn the same things with different contexts. The Chosen One is basically somebody born from the Force and brings balance or just great power. It's just a prophecy that the Jedi have, you know? That's pretty much it. It is what you want it to be. And then, yeah, look at the Mortis gods. The Mortis, yes, the Mortis god does prove that he's the Chosen One, but proves it in a completely different way. His Chosen One prophecy is to take the role of the father and keep balance between the son and the daughter, the living embodiments of the dark side and the light side in the Mortis arc on Mortis with the gods. He's a god. That has nothing to do with the fact that he's a Jedi and he's supposed to keep balance in the galaxy and destroy the Sith. It's completely different. So, which Chosen One prophecy is right? Which Chosen One prophecy is true? All of them? None of them? I don't know. But you bring up a great point. The Mortis God arc does prove that the Jedi are wrong. Their version of the Chosen One prophecy is just something that they made up along the way. The Mortis arc explains the Force's reason for him being the Chosen One, for him to take the role of the Father and be the living embodiment of the balance between the light and the dark. Yeah. The Clone Wars father, son, and brother is dead because of him, and then he kills Palpatine and restores peace. Yes and no. I mean, he denies the father's request to take the role, and he was too weak. So the father dies. The son kills the daughter, and the father kills the son as he dies. So Anakin didn't kill any of them. He just said, nah. They're like, you want to take control of the entirety of the Force and be the balance between these two? It's like, nah, I'm good. Why don't you ask me later? Yeah. Yeah. I honestly have no idea how we got here. How we ended up on Anakin being the Chosen One or not. What are you going to do? Does anybody remember when being the GOAT meant that you blew the game? You blew it? I don't remember that at all. He destroyed the Sith himself and Palpatine, and therefore he brought light back, and that is balance. True, but he also killed all the Jedi in the first place. He could have brought balance could have brought balance long before that, and Palpatine doesn't die. Also, Luke is the one who brings him back to the light. What are you going to do? Yeah. By the way, this poll right now, do you want to see this Finn versus Rey thing in the post-sequels? 60% of you say no. Interesting. All right. Justin, what's up? How we doing? Calcast this in the Rebuild the Galaxy Season 2. Let's go. A little bit late, Justin. Just a little bit. We somehow have gotten onto the Chosen One prophecy and how wrong it is. But because of him being there, they all got killed, and the Force brought him there, right? Well, the Mortis gods brought him there, which I guess is the Force? Yes? And that's why Yoda never did anything, because he knew no matter what cost, peace will be restored. Now that's a crazy thing. You're saying that Yoda sat on Dagobah doing nothing because he knew that eventually Anakin would turn back to the light? That green little frog sat there for 30 years, or whatever it is. 19 years! Just because watching all these people die, all his friends, the people he loved, just die in brutal ways just because he knew that Anakin was going to turn back? He had a hunch. I always felt that comic pretty much confirmed that Palpatine's involvement with bringing Anakin about. Yeah, I think that canon comic, it is a canon comic, of Palpatine almost manipulating with Shmi Skywalker, but that's, again, in Anakin's head, or Vader's head at the time. So that's a little bit different too. He could just be imagining that. All of this is up for interpretation. The cool part about this is there really is no answer to what we're talking about here. The Chosen One prophecy. And you could just say, like I've seen somebody say a bunch of times in the chat, George Lucas says he's the Chosen One, so that's that. Sure. But if you look at it, he's not. Where was Ahsoka during the original trilogy? Why was she just sitting on the sidelines? A lot of people sat on the sidelines. And Ahsoka is just one of them. Well, Ahsoka's reasoning is explained in Ahsoka Season 1. Not where she was physically, but why she wasn't involved. And that gets cleared up in Episode 5 of Ahsoka. But, yeah, I want to know where Ahsoka is. Where is she? Where was she? People make fun all the time about Luke Skywalker on Ahch 2 in The Last Jedi. Obi-Wan, Yoda, Ahsoka, they all did the same thing. Yeah, nah. Did I miss the trailer breakdown? Let's watch the trailer again. You know what? Somehow we got way too off topic. Let's watch the trailer again.
Hi! We're all back! A little while ago, I accidentally mashed up the galaxy we all know and love for good. Good guys became bad guys.
You insolent child.
Bad guys became good guys.
I find your abundance of faith encouraging.
It turns out I kind of like this new galaxy.
This could still be a good thing.
My name is Solitus. I've spent countless eons gathering power to unmake this galaxy once and for all.
Stop breathing so loudly, Vader. You'll blow our cover.
We have to defeat Solitus before the rift goes critical.
If Dev and I join together, wow, maybe we could beat him.
We can't trust a Sith. Sith treachery is legendary. Legendary!
Can we just get to the fighting already?
My two favorite Jedi.
And I'm here as well.
You ready to strap in?
1 second, I'm almost done checking.
We found a baby Yoda.
The baby's name is Grogu, baby.
All of us need to fight for the future. That's a giant Chewbacca.
You really want a piece of this?
This isn't how it was supposed to be. In the old stories, the good guys always find a way.
Congratulations, you're being destroyed.
Who's ready to go on a hyperspace joyride? Who are you?
The name's Jackson. You probably haven't heard of me because I'm a real deep cut.
So, I mean, it's got me hyped up. Let's be honest. Is that Jack Black? I don't think so. Darth Revan's cool. Cal Kestis is cool. There's one frame back here that I want to just double check here. Yeah, this one. So here's where all our heroes are sort of running in together. That's Darth Jar Jar as a spider. So he comes back like Darth Maul does. I don't know who that is. That's Grievous there. Mandalorian. Giant Ahsoka head. So it looks like Sith and Jedi alike will be fighting this guy. It honestly, it does a lot of things. It gives the what if people, Star Wars what if fans, the what ifs in Legos. It gives people of the fans of the multiverse, this whole multiversal story in Star Wars, because it's not going to ever happen in the actual canon of Star Wars. This isn't canon. But this is for those people exactly what they wanted. If you want what ifs made by Lucasfilm, if you want this multiversal Star Wars story, this is it. So that's the fun of it all when it comes to Rebuild the Galaxy. Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, I almost forgot to do this today, and that would have been a big old bummer. So I was sitting there on the TikTok, and I've been seeing so many of these Star Wars edits, and they're awesome. Wait, what? Oh, never mind. And they're awesome, but this one in particular was like, holy crap, this is so good. Take a look at this. Oh, okay, look at this. And I'm just going to go. We'll put the volume on. I'll probably have to be cut after the live stream just because of the music, but whatever. We're going to watch it anyway. We're going to watch it because it's awesome. And this, let me preface it for a second. This is why Andor is so good, but this is why, just in general, Star Wars is so good. All right, take a look.
And what do you sacrifice?
Calm. Kindness, kinship. Love. I've given up all chance at inner peace. I made my mind a sunless space. I share my dreams with ghosts. I wake up every day to an equation I wrote 15 years ago from which there's only one conclusion. I'm damned. My anger, my ego, my unwillingness to yield, my eagerness to fight set me on a path from which there's no escape. I yearn to be a savior against injustice without contemplating the cost, and by the time I look down, it's already ground beneath my feet. What is my sacrifice? I'm condemned to use the tools of my enemy. I burn my decency for someone else's future. I burn my life to make the sunrise that I know I'll never see. The ego that started this fight will never have it. God, yes. The light of gratitude. What will I sacrifice? Everything!
I mean, come on. Oh, it got me so hyped up when I watched that earlier. It's the perfect thing. From Andor Season 1 all the way to the end of A New Hope, which is what that explains, it's perfect. Literally perfect. From Andor Season 1, Season 2, Rogue One to A New Hope. That entire story of what Luthen sacrifices, the monologue being in the background, is the perfect explanation of what Cassian sacrifices, what everybody who came before Luke sacrificed, and leads to A New Hope. So now A New Hope, which was originally just the beginning Star Wars of an incredible start, an incredible movie, still one of the best movies of all time, now has this backing to it. It didn't necessarily need it, but now it has that backing to it that is just perfection. That makes the movie so much better. And now when you look at rankings of Star Wars movies, not only is Rogue One a lot higher because of Andor, but A New Hope is too. You rewatch A New Hope after watching Andor, it is 10 times better. Let's watch this again. I want to watch it again. It got me so hyped up every time I watch this thing. Let's watch it again, Chet. What do you sacrifice?
And what do you sacrifice?
Calm. Kindness, kinship. Love. I've given up all chance at inner peace. I made my mind a sunless space. I share my dreams with ghosts. I wake wake up every day to an equation I wrote 15 years ago from which there's only one conclusion. I'm damned. My anger, my ego, my unwillingness to yield, my eagerness to fight set me on a path from which there's no escape. I yearn to be a savior against injustice without contemplating the cost, and by the time I look down, it's already ground beneath my feet. What is my sacrifice? I'm condemned to use the tools of my enemy. I burn my decency for someone else's future. I burn my life to make the sunrise that I know I'll never see. The ego that started this fight will never have. God, yes. The light of gratitude. What do I sacrifice? Everything!
So shout out to, it says Taco Man. I don't know if that's the person who edited this or not, but shout out to them. Incredible edit. So good. The perfect grasp of what these projects are. From Andor to A New Hope, the sacrifice that not only Luthen makes, but Cassian makes, Jyn Erso makes, all those rebels make on the Battle of Scarif and beyond, even the Battle of Yavin. So good. Makes that medal ceremony at the end of A New Hope feel so much better. Even though it's only Han and Luke who get medals, you can feel the presence of all the others that came before him there. And it's incredible. It's so good. But that's just a cool little edit that I saw the other day. So I was like, might be time to rewatch Andor and Rogue One and A New Hope. You know, might just be that kind of time. Well, actually, me and Sam are now about halfway through Clone Wars season 4, and she watched the Umbara arc. She already said that her least favorite character now in Star Wars is Pon Krell, which is the right way to think about it. But yeah, that's pretty great. So we just finished the slave arc that's right after that with the Zygarians, and we are about to get towards the Maul coming back, which is great. Yeah. I like how they added in A New Hope. Yeah, it was great. It's what it was all for. Pon Krell. You know, the four-armed, not to be confused with Dexter Jester badass. Yeah. Somehow Maul has returned. She's about to learn that. Yep. She's about to learn that. Indeed. Okay. So we went over the that stuff. We went over this. Oh, yeah, we already talked about that. Nika Futterman's coming back. We just already talked about that. The Bad Batch Season 1 ended 4 years ago on this day. That's crazy. That's crazy. I feel like there was something else I wanted to talk about, but I cannot for the life of me remember. Oh, yes, this is what we were talking about earlier. But D23 will, the panel will feature an exclusive look at what's to come for the future of Disney Film Studios. So Star Wars being one of the big ones that we'll be looking for, hopefully with film being mentioned. The Mandalorian and Grogu teaser trailer. Yeah. 4 years ago? Yeah. Bad Batch 4 years ago, season 1. Craziness. Craziness. All right, but that was all we had to get to today, and I do have to get on out of here a little bit earlier because I got to continue my packing for this weekend. And yes, no live stream on Saturday, but I do have a short coming out for you tonight and every night for the remainder of the weekend, and some other content coming your way too. So I appreciate you all for being here. I appreciate you. But watch out for a live stream, of course, on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday for the rest of your lives, except for this Saturday. But next Tuesday, we are back at it. And shorts and all that fun stuff too. Thank you guys for 180,000 subscribers. That's absolutely insane. I could not appreciate it any more than you could possibly imagine. So, yeah. Why no live stream Saturday? I got a wedding to go to. Yeah. And yes, WV Grad, let me get those credits for you right now. But as I do so, smash a freaking like in the stream if you have not already. Hit that subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time I post a video. You know the deal. Huge shout-outs to... Oops, hang on. Huge shout-outs to Darth Plagueis Lives, Ron, Greg, Mike, and all the members. I appreciate you all so much more than you'll ever know. Need to get that 2-year badge sorted out. I know. I'll get on it. But until next time, may the Force be with you. Always. Oh, yeah. What a great stream. What a great show. You guys are the absolute best. I appreciate you all so much more than you will ever know. This was quite the live stream. WV Grad, I just added those to your account. So there is that. All right. But I will not see you guys on Saturday, but pretty cool day getting on a random Thursday afternoon in August, getting a trailer for Star Wars. Can't beat that. And of course, 180,000 subscribers. Can't beat that either. But I appreciate you all so much more than you'll ever know. Hope you have a great rest of your evening, great rest of your lives, and good night, everybody.